I watch a film every other day, and today I watched the YouTube movie on Bimbo Ademoye TV, Where Love Lives. I kept on thinking it was Where Love Lies for some reason, but it's Where Love Lives. And as I always do, I'm going to talk about non spoilers first and then spoilers. I'm not going to give you any plot spoilers for this first spoiler part, but let me just talk about it. Right now in culture, we're at a moment where stories about catty women are no longer in favor. And it happened for a good reason. There was once upon a time where it started becoming that danger of one story that is like women in film are always fighting themselves. And now there's such a shift culturally with film that we are more for women supporting women. And this film, when it starts off without giving you any plot spoilers, it's giving kind of like that cattiness, that kind of desperate housewives, and stories like that. I know that culture doesn't really love it, but it's just fun. Sometimes when it's done well, it's just fun. It's just a good time. But then again, without giving you any plot spoilers, just know that if you're also for women supporting women, it will also come here. This film, I genuinely enjoyed it. I really did. Bimbo Ademoye is stunning looks. My girl. I told you when I watched Miles Away from Home. I think that's what it's called. I told you that one time about my girl, she must always do slow motion. Without giving you any plot spoilers, when we first see her, I told her every time we first see her in her films, na slow motion. When we first see her in this one, this time around, no be slow motion. But my girl still said, I beg, director, tilt the camera from up and then reveal me. It's still a bit of her way. And if you thought that there will be no Bimbo Ademoye slow motion in the good look, not on Bimbo's watch. I know my girl. And she showed up with looks. She showed up with looks. The movie is fun. It's a good time. It gives you everything you want. If you're coming for cattiness, but you're also coming for girl power, but you're also coming for looks, but you're also coming for like a fun story, but you're also coming for romance, but you're also coming for a little bit of Basbo's shade. Like it has a little bit of everything. Like it's a nice, simple film. And I don't want to give you any spoilers even by mistake. So you can go and watch this movie and then you can come back after you watch it to continue our gist. Now, if you have watched this movie and you're ready to start gisting with me with spoilers, then let us go. Spoilers ahead. Let us go. So in this spoiler section, I'm just going to go character by character, starting with Demilade, Bimbo Ademoye's character. When we first see Demilade, I'm like, you two, you are also like, you are as bad as the three women. At first, because I'm like, is it the person we're supposed to be rooting for? Because yes, we are on your side, we are watching it from her perspective in this film. But I was like, you two, you're not also like, when you met this woman too, you also came with energy. You came with bad energy. Like, as much as these women obviously came to your doorstep too as the three witches, you two, when you met them, it's not as if you really came and you were like, excuse me, hi, how are you? Like, you also came with like, people, you also came with fire. You now also go to a meeting of a woman you've never been in this meeting before. The woman says she wants to run. You're also coming to compete with her. You're coming late to come and now show off your own dollars. So at the beginning too, I'm like, yeah, you too, you came with fire unnecessarily. It's good to now see that as the film progresses, of course, and we now see her have to really say, because when the beginning he's saying for better or worse, and she's saying yes for better or worse, I just had a feeling that it was going to be tested. And then when that moment comes, I'm like, is she going to pass this test? And when she's asking the woman in the estate, like, if I leave, will I be a bad wife? I was like, yes. I don't know. A human is like, you're human and you can change your mind, which is true. But at the same time, the answer to that question, would this make me a bad wife, is yes. But at the end, thank God she did not become a bad wife. Thank God that she actually stayed with him. It was nice. It was wholesome. I was like, oh, that is sweet. And, that was just nice. So that's what I want to say about her. Another thing I want to say about her is that you can tell that Bimba Demi was feeling herself playing this character. You can tell. I keep telling my friends sometimes that if I was an actor, I feel like I would not make a good actor because if I say a line that's going to get, I could feel myself too much for the film. It would be like, let's say the line is like, get the hell out of here. If I say that line well, and I say, get the hell out of here, I can't act. Get the hell out of here. And I like nail it. Now, myself, we could start to say, thank God I did that. And they could start me say, we never cut. That would be my issue. And I was just like, seeing Bimbo, I was like, Bimbo, you're feeling yourself in this way. When she was visiting, like, you know, no, I know where I know, no, you don't know where I'm from. Come on, go and ask about me. I said, you are feeling yourself. When she was giving like the motivational lines, I was like, oh, Bimbo is having the time in this film because she's feeling herself. She likes this Demi Ladi character, and it is showing. And I don't blame you. It's a fun character. The next person I'll talk about is Ekene, played by Uzor Arukwe. I just love how Uzor Arukwe is always down to play. Like, for the most of this film, he's doing this, like, deeper voice. Like, oh, baby, like, I can't do it. I'm not an actor. But I was like, it's just always so good to see Uzor in different things because he acts in so many different things. But I just like that he always has an ability to play and to try something else and to try something different. And I really liked his character. I said, the character of Ekene never changed. My dear people, the Yabi say, you know what, you want chop for you do, waiting do one. You didn't do am. Oh, you're uncouth because you would rather just chop about over like so. Like I like the fact that like at the end we really are with Ekene, and Ekene is redeemed because the when people had their nose in the air, I was like, for what? I'm happy that they all came at this as this movie progressed to now see that let us all bring our nose down. Ekene was a good man. Like, please. And also the test at the end, I was like, I had a feeling. And I was like, and it was earned. This is one that was earned because when she has that thing with Greg, I was like, oh, and this thing started happening. I was like, I feel like someone is testing her. So when he now says it at the end, I was like, I can see it because that thing with Greg, I can see why he will be like, come, this girl are actually in this thing for the right reasons. So it was earned and I liked it. I liked it at the end. In a worse film or in a lesser film, I would have been like, oh, I don't like that, but this one they did this well. The next person I'll talk about is Queen, Chioma Nwosu, and her trash man, Tunji. Queen too, her and especially Queen and Eno, when we first meet them, man, they're just so nose in the air, nose in the air. I was like, are people like this? Aren't you just tired? They're so insufferable. Like, gosh, like, oh my god. But then at the end, we now see her own story, like, don't judge a book by its cover, and her own trash man, Tunji, and what she goes through. Happy she comes out of that. And then we also see Imade Osas being blackmailed by Greg, another trash man in this film. Although I have a question, and I was like, if that Greg's uncle's wife didn't come out when she did, what was Demiladi's plan? Like, what was she actually going to do? Because it was that blackmail that now helped her. But if the uncle's wife never came out, what would she have done? I still wonder. But what I liked and why I bring up Queen and Tunji, the trash man, her husband, and Imade and Greg, her own trash man, that was the blackmailer. I liked that with Eno's husband, they now said, let us not just do that every single man in this thing is trash. I like the fact that Eno and her own husband, Unamdi is now on her side. And Unamdi goes and finds the surrogate. And Unamdi says, you can also just be a good husband too. So at least we have trash men, but we also have good men in this because we see Ekene within Nnamdi. And it's just, I like when the film balances it like that, where not every woman is good, not every man is bad. Not every man is good, not every man is bad. And I like when things balance it well. Overall, I enjoyed this movie. It was a nice 2 hour plus film. And the length didn't have to be this long. I didn't mind it. I wasn't bored at any point, so I don't really mind it. But it's kind of long, and I think that might put off some people. But I think I enjoyed it. It was good. It was a nice time, a simple film. I've been in the cinema back to back, and this is a good return to YouTube. Yeah, I had a wonderful time with this. If you've watched this movie, I would really like to know what you think about it in the comments. And also, if you have watched this whole video and you have no idea who I am, my name is VDK. I make movie bingo cards, which you can find on my Substack, vdkfilmclub.substack.com, and I talk about films. Until the next film that I watch and the next video that I make, have a wonderful rest of your day and compliments of the season. Until the next time, bye.